Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast, everybody. I am your host, Mick, joined as always, not always, but most of the time, by my good buddy, Sir Sturdy. What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining in today.
Of course, man. How's it going?
Good. And if you want to follow us or listen to this, you can go anywhere down here, but I have to remove that now because we have another very special guest for you, and his name is Travis Kelsey. All right, come on down, Travis Kelsey. Oh, wait, sorry. It's the worst damn gamer ever. So.
It's funny. For a second, my heart dropped. I thought I was off. I was like, wait, I thought he said I could come on. I just hopped on. Like, all right.
This is Taylor Swift's new boyfriend, Chris. Chris, tell everybody, what is Taylor Swift like?
She's great, but something tells me I'm going to have the same fate as everybody else. She's going to drive me insane and make me write a love song, hoping, praying she comes back and crying about it on social media for the next year.
Now, what do you think her love song will say about you?
I can't say that on the air.
It's my volatile Puerto Rican man. That's gonna be the name of her song.
Oh shit!
It's better than her song for me. Sad old fat white guy who I didn't date and just want to sing a song about because I saw him on a stream. Wow. My boyfriend's pedo mustache is better than your face. That's the song she's gonna sing about me.
That mustache is wild.
Jesus.
Well, wild. That mustache is wild. He's back with you guys for that.
Defining mustache. You should talk. You've got a good mustache, sir.
Wait, you talking to me or Sturdy?
Sturdy, not you. You have a goatee.
It's like I gotta like shave mine to make it right, and it's gappy and stuff. I gotta use a little Just for Men in some spots to feel like a real man, you know.
Oh yeah.
After you cut your hair off, just tape it down there. Glue it all.
Speaking of which, though, you will be shaving this week.
It looks like it.
I had to put that one up just because you're there. As we have our Casters for a Cause charity script reading is presented by the Scene Snobs and Horror Sir Sturdy podcast. We are reading Friday the 13th, the first one. We're going to be playing our games. We're going to have prizes. We're going to be doing the whole nine. If you didn't see our weird, crazy Blood Lake read a few weeks ago, it's going to be worth it to join in. We got some great faces and names joining in with us, and Chris is one of them.
He is.
That's right.
That was funny.
That was a Wilson moment. I know, neighbor.
And I'm going to post right now. I'll share it in the comments, guys, but you can find it all over our social medias and more is the link to go and donate. It is open all month long until the 31st. So please feel free to jump in there and donate. Yeah, we're almost at the thing, guys.
That's awesome.
What are we at now?
We're at 245. Our goal is 500.
That's
love
beautiful.
It. And Wize is here. What's up, Wize? What are you doing, Wize? You want to come on?
What's up?
I'm hanging out. I'm doing an episode because I don't know if my internet's going to give out at any moment.
There you go.
They're servicing the area. So I was supposed to have a guest on, and I told him, I'm like, listen, I don't know, because it's not like a you guys type of guest, and that's not a racial thing. So shut up. I know you guys. It's I can ask you guys and hang out. Sturdy's basically a host of the show anyway.
Sure.
Sturdy's just like, dude, I just want to play video games and not talk to you. Why are you doing this?
No, that's worse, Dan. Not me. I want to watch horror and not talk to you guys. He wants to play games.
Well, what have you watched so far? Let's start there. Let's go with the where we're at with Halloween. Sturdy, you watched a lot.
Yeah.
I did, and I dropped my Halloween video earlier. I watched that Spirit Halloween movie.
Ooh, been wanting to see that.
Okay.
It's decent. If you have children, watch it with your kids. I'll say maybe around. No, it's not that bad of a movie. I'm just saying it's like that age range to where I can see some kids grasping onto this movie and liking it forever, like we do for some horror, some like how we do for Goosebumps or stuff like that, and just liking it down the road. If it catches the right kid at the right time, the right age, all that shit. But I think a handful of kids will really enjoy that. But it wasn't bad.
I liked it.
It wasn't bad.
I thought it was a fun, again, I don't want to say it's a kid's movie. It works. I'm not Sturdy, all right, man, Chris. You're allowed to watch the movie without feeling weird. You don't have to watch it with just your kids. He's a stepdad. He knows too.
Oh no,
you can watch it by yourself happily, and you leave the windows open. And you leave the blinds open so everybody knows you're watching that not child's movie with children in it.
I did. No. I say that though because I'm I'm always big on kids getting into horror, and I know parents are different when it comes to letting their kids watch certain movies, and this is one that they can feel comfortable letting them watch.
Yeah, I can't watch movies with the screens open anymore, the blinds open. Last time I did that, my neighbors started waving at me weirdly. I couldn't remember what movie I was watching, but I'm sure they were probably turned on.
Because you were in a robe, open, I'm sure. Oh man, we got another guest joining in tonight. This is like a Mick at night, not a regular Scene Snobs podcast, but the man is here. Wize, what's going on, brother? Welcome on.
Welcome. Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing tonight?
What's happening, brother?
Do you know Sturdy and do you know Chris?
No.
Well, Sturdy, Chris, Wize, all meet each other. Congratulations, you've all met awesome people.
Nice.
There you go.
That's the best way to do it.
I know he was on the casters a couple times, and we were just on different parts of those casters.
Well, Wize, what are you doing Friday?
Well, now
on the same time.
Friday this week I can't. Actually, my aunt services this week, so.
Oh man, I'm sorry
about that.
Yeah, sorry for your loss, but we get it, man. And you're always amazing with the Casters for a Cause. How much help you put in, so we always appreciate everything you do. And go check out every one of their shows, all their channels. If you're not following them, I will make sure to link everybody else because I did not know Chris and Wize are going to join, but they will be there. So make sure to go check that out if you're watching or listening. But Sturdy, it might be my old guests information, so I'll add Sir Sturdy on there too.
There you go.
I love it though. But so guys, I had planned and I wanted to bring up to you, but before we get to that, I want to ask you guys one question. Like, we were talking about Halloween and getting into that whole idea of it. What are some Halloween movies that people push that you cannot stand? Like, you're just like, why is this a thing? Why do people like it? I'll go first to start it off, and I know it's right up there with The Sound of Music. I know what I'm going to catch for this.
Oh, so he's going to love it. That means he loves it, guys.
No, I don't. I've never been a fan of this movie at all, and I don't understand why people are so gung-ho about it. I get why people may like it because of the whole Halloween aspect, but it's Hocus Pocus.
Oh,
you know what? And that's what I was thinking. That's what I thought you might say.
That's what I was thinking for myself to say was Hocus Pocus. Like, it was cute and cool when we were kids, but now it's just like, was it really that good?
I wouldn't mind that being done with an adult tone behind it.
It kind of was with this, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought the second one was better than the first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kids were more realistic in the second one than they were in the first one, and I was that age at that time. I was like, this isn't real. First of all, that guy's not taking my sneakers. I'm going to throw him against a gravestone. I may lose, but he's getting hurt. So watching movies like that, but I love to hear what you guys think. What are some other Halloween or specials? We can go movies, TV shows, special.
Yeah, mine is definitely Hocus Pocus. The ones that stand out there because it's just, I don't know what it is and why people get so excited about it. It's like the pumpkin spice of the season, which is also terrible.
I fucking love pumpkin spice.
Well, Mick, I mean, I know a lot of the Caucasians love pumpkin spice. I
put on my Han Solo sweatshirt or sweater vest or whatever, and I go out and get myself a pumpkin spice.
Where's Mick going to get some pumpkin spice?
I'm not gonna bullshit.
Right, just like, there you go.
I don't drink coffee regularly anymore.
Nice,
but I do during the fall. I watch the leaves change.
Pumpkin spice, huh?
I put on All Too Well by Taylor Swift. I sit there in my cardigan.
Oh, you just had to bring Swift into this conversation. I've been hearing enough. I've been like, being a football fan, all you hear is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Oh my God.
I feel bad for her because, all she wants. She was so into cheering at those games. She was all about it. Like, she was like, I got a guy I'm dating, and he's a football player. She was living a high school relationship where she's the cheerleader, he's the football player. That wasn't I need his money or anything like every other woman who's married to one of those football players probably doing great on their own, and I wish them all the power in the world, but they are enjoying the football player's money as well. Right? And that's okay because it's a partnership and that's the way it should be. No argument or fight on that. But Taylor Swift's almost a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she can play high school all she wants, and people were giving her shit for it. And I was like, this is fucked up.
With that though, Mick, I feel like it's more so the NFL's like, all right, listen, Taylor, we need you to come to the game, sit in the box. It's gonna help our numbers out, and next year's Super Bowl, you got that. There's some deals there though, because it's like as much as they showed her, that was crazy. And then I'm not mad at it though. For as far as his jersey sales going up 400%, people just going.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like that's the administration's ploy. Is like, listen, we need him to play well. Come and support him. We need fans to start buying merch. Start coming to. Go ahead. Please start coming, and we'll give you 3% or 5%. And she's just like, all right, whatever. I mean, I'm hating them anyway. I might as well take a little change too.
Dude, yeah, and she'll feed the homeless with that shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's listen. He's benefited because, like you said, his jersey sales, and the NFL has every team that's playing right now against the Chiefs is benefited because the Jets tickets went up 40% when the Chiefs went to visit, which is this a couple of weeks ago.
And see the thing, I mean, that's good and all as a business thing, but the thing that sucks about it is like those people that go to see those Jets games you know what I mean? They're going to those games all the time that don't have that kind of money, but it's like, oh shoot, X amount of dollars for these tickets. Yeah, we're gonna get those, and then Taylor Swift's gonna be here now. Now they're 500 times. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, and it's unfair to the common person. I get it, but I'm like, come on now, people. Let's
it is, but think about it. I don't mean to cut anybody off, but I want to let's think about it this way though. If you're putting on if your appearance anywhere brings that much attention to any type of business, I don't care what level it's on, but like her appearance, you like just by the numbers, go ahead and raise the ticket, because like if you're gonna pay for it, people are gonna pay for it. Now a football thing, it sucks, but like that's commerce.
Bro, I wish you would breathe on me. That's all I want. Like,
right, and that's literally I think where that comes from, is like the innate thought that I might have an opportunity to see her, or I could bump into her in line or something. This bitch ain't going to get her own hot dogs or fucking soda. She's got a box with concierge. What the fuck are you talking about? They catered to shit.
And I don't blame her at all. And I'm gonna change it up. She's a boss bitch, so let's give her that. If I'm gonna call her a bitch, she's getting the right term.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm from fucking Brooklyn, so yeah.
And she's stomped all over New York. She sang a song about New York and made it way more famous than anybody else. Like, that's the thing. I have respect for people who do that, who are focused, who work, who create their own stuff. And that's why like I will ardently defend her, because she is just like us, and she started out way lower than where we started out, and look where she is now. And she did it on her own.
Here's what Taylor Swift, here's what Mick is trying to do. He wants you to come on the podcast.
She ain't coming on the podcast. She ain't gonna do that. I know my limitations.
No. He'll get Taylor Drift.
So Mick,
I'll get trailer drift.
So you have two Brooklynites on your podcast, on your show today, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yep. You too. I can't wait to see that episode of your show, Wize.
Oh Jesus.
It's gonna be the best episode ever, and I will watch it. Because it's just they're fun personalities, and sturdy too, man. Me, I dream about Taylor Swift and wearing my cardigan and drinking my pumpkin spice. I told you.
I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, I'm not mad at you, man.
And listen, I'm not trying to overly defend Taylor Swift. I do respect her. I do respect what she's done for her business and what she's built. She's built her own franchise.
Yeah, she built the brand.
Don't get me. I respect all that. No disrespect to you, Taylor Swift, because I'd love for you to come on Horror Research 30 or Popcorn and Pints. You're always welcome. Doors are always open. Nicolas Cage, not you. But like when I'm going to watch football, I don't want to hear about Taylor Swift. I don't want to hear about anything but the games I'm watching.
Don't worry about it. The 49ers are fine. They have all ugly people on their team.
We're there for the sweaty dudes fighting over a little ball, okay?
The 49ers are 5-0, and we just smoked the Cowboys. That's all I got to say.
This is where the season turns.
That's not saying much. That's not saying much.
Michael Parsons, again, you didn't do anything. You ran your mouth to my Niners, and your stats show nothing again. Just sit down, please. Just sit down.
I do got to interject something, though. Mm-hmm. Y'all haven't won anything just as long as the Dallas Cowboys, though.
It's true.
Yes, but we're a hell of a lot closer. I mean, we knocked out the playoffs the past 2 years. The Cowboys haven't won a playoff games in how long?
Well, they won one last year.
Oh, one last year. Okay, that's cool.
Okay,
I think Prescott has
your whole team idolizes a bunch of greedy pricks that went into a mine and started killing each other over these little rocks that's everywhere. So
I don't think they idolize
the 49ers.
I don't think my team knows who those people are.
And that's why Taylor Swift won't date them. They're not. She'll date somebody on the Chiefs.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? Oh God!
But it's
name's
funny.
Going to be changed.
It's funny his whole look now, right? Because before he had he looked, and now he looks like a state trooper. Like when you look at Travis Kelce, he looks like a state trooper.
He does look like the guy who turns his body cam off.
Wow.
He went from being invited to the barbecue to people just no. You can't until you get rid of that damn mustache.
In fairness, he's not invited to the barbecues when he started dropping passes too.
Oh,
I'm not going to get the point.
Don't blame it on the potato salad now.
That I mean, dropping passes, that happens with that mustache.
Maybe on the 49ers.
Every team.
Maybe it has something to do with Taylor's poom poom. Who knows?
It's probably bedazzled in magic. Yeah. like it's just a talent that just comes. I'm just getting weird. It's getting weird.
I always forget if she does Shake It Off or not. Does she do Shake It Off, or does Katy Perry do Shake It Off?
She does Shake It Off.
She does Shake It Off, and every time she sings that song, so much talent falls off, another pop star is born.
Wow.
But Travis Kelce, every time he shakes it off,
cool, he needs to shave it off. That's what she needs to sing. Tell him to shave that shit off.
Your tight end's going to get my foot in its ass. That's what her next song is going to be.
Well, that's her next album. That's her next album. If they ever break up,
No, her next album is titled "Forget About It, Chief."
Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
Snap.
You can't handle this. Listen, as somebody who did go to her concert this summer, I will say this: it is probably the best concert I've ever been to, and I'm just saying that from a live production standpoint. Like, it is.
You're not the only one who said that. Someone else said that. Forgot his name. He's a comedian, but he said that was one of the greatest concerts he ever went to.
There was never a point where you're not. Like, even when I was sitting there for like 3 hours by myself because my wife is off doing the geek thing with other Taylor Swift fans and buying stuff, I'm just sitting there, nobody's around, but she still had music videos playing, short films, talking. She actually did interviews to put on. So you could be there for 8 hours and there's always something.
Nice.
You're never not entertained in some way. So thank God, because I hate fucking going to football games because my legs just don't fit. But I could sit there for 8 hours and at least just something always happening. Like, I'm never bored, just staring at a screen. So I give him credit. But
so you wanted to go back to pick the movies?
I did. I want to actually.
I got mine. Halloween 3.
You don't like it?
No.
Oh, I love that movie.
I hate Halloween 3.
Now, do you not like it as a movie or as a Halloween?
I just don't like it. It's just not Michael Myers to me. It's not. I don't care about. It just made no sense. Like growing up, I was like, "Where's Michael Myers at?" And it just just didn't do anything for me.
Well, if it wasn't a Halloween movie, if it wasn't in that franchise, do you think as a movie you'd like it?
Yes, but they can't call it Halloween.
Yeah, I honestly think at this point, just retcon it and call it something else.
Yeah, you can't call it Halloween because Michael Myers is Halloween,
or at least call it like they did with Spiral and just call it Season of the Witch, a Halloween film.
Exactly.
Something. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Sturdy? Do you think changing titles after 40 years works to do something like that?
Or do it with the remake. If they do a remake of it, make it an anthology. But see, with that one though, Halloween 3, I used to hate that movie until someone told me to watch it as like a standalone. And then when I learned about the whole how they wanted to do Halloween as like an anthology franchise, which every year would be a different Halloween story, but Michael was so popular, I think the studios wanted to bring it back after part 1, because he was going to do 1 and then a different story every time. So that's why 3 was made the way it was. Didn't do great, but I hated it too because I remember renting it as a kid. I'm like, this makes no sense. Where the hell's Michael? Besides when you see him on TV walking down the stairs or something. And I was mad as hell until maybe 10 years ago, or probably more than that now. But now
maybe I might sit down and rewatch it now to look at it from your point of view. But to me, it's just
because originally it was supposed to be an anthology franchise, so I would say go in it with that mindset of it, not even watch it as a standalone. and you might still hate it, but you might like it.
At least you look. If you do hate it, you'll hate it for itself, not because it was connected to that franchise. You know, Chris, what do you think about it?
What, the Halloween 3 franchise or that part of the franchise?
Just that one, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I've seen it probably 2 or 3 times in my whole 38-year existence, and I don't remember it.
That's how memorable it is. Yeah,
that's fair. I love it.
Just don't remember it. Again, though, if they named it something different, I might give it a chance just for the season type deal. Like if I'm scrolling through on a streaming platform and I saw it, if the cover seemed appealing enough and I'm kind of in the mood and I'm kind of need a break from the usual shit that I'm watching, then I might pick it just to be like, all right, what's this about type deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What's a movie for you that, a Halloween type of movie that you were like, it could be gone forever, I'll be good?
It's tough because my opinion's a little bit changed. Hocus Pocus was always one of those ones that I was on the bandwagon with just because people always, Hocus Pocus for Halloween. And I was just like, But Nightmare 2 was for the longest time until this last watch that I was like, all right, I can appreciate it a little bit more. You know what I mean? I can appreciate it. But yeah, that and part 3 of Halloween. Other than that, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I'm sure there's something out there, but I can't think of it right now.
Well, the cool part about it is we were talking about coming up. This came out of Spirit Halloween and like where that came about. And we talked about Goosebumps. Did you know the new Goosebumps series starts this Friday?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, a Goosebumps series new one coming out?
Yeah, on Disney Plus. So that might be nice. It might be cool to update it a little bit. I didn't mind the movies as much. A lot of people complained about them. I thought they were good, like, again, not kids movies, but like good for the family. I differentiate kids versus movies. Yeah, like Air Bud is a kids movie.
Yes.
But like Goonies is a family movie.
I love Goonies.
That's another thing. Like, why can we love? Is it because we were kids when it came out? Can we love Goonies, so unapologetically? But then it comes into like something like Spirit Halloween or whatnot, and we just were like, I don't know, it's good for kids, I guess. Like we don't seem to fall in love with them again.
You know what it is? I mean, one, yes, because of the age. But 2, Goonies is just a better movie. It's a better movie, has a better story. Like the Spirit Halloween movie could have been better. It could have been a hell of a lot better. It could have been a hell of a lot scarier. I feel like it was kind of like once the kids got into the store, it felt kind of rushed with some things. I thought they could have taken their time, like really had them going through certain things through all that whole when the spirit or whatever is taking over the things. Like they could have did that. They could have dug more into that. Somebody could. I know they weren't going to kill anybody off, but somebody could have at least got hurt. You know what I mean? Like just something more of like there was no. And again, it could be because I'm an adult too, but there was no like worry. You watch a horror movie or something, you have like that little bit of worry. There was no worry in this movie for me. But again, if I was a kid, maybe, or if watching it with kids, nieces, nephews, or your own children, or whatever, that are a certain age, get off of their feeling, it may make you enjoy the movie a little more, in my opinion. Yeah. Just because of how they enjoyed it or how they got from it. They're just like, yeah, it was a good time, blah, 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 blah. The kids loved it. They were scared or whatever the case may be. But I think the biggest reason, just because it was honestly Goonies was just a better movie.
Yeah, I mean, Goonies it's just something special. I feel like really stood out and had that proper amount of like fun kid hangout. But it is a dangerous movie. Like that's another thing about these movies that come out, and I'm sticking more to the Halloween ones because I feel like when you get to kids horror movies around this time, it's easily comparable to Goonies. But I don't think I've ever seen a movie, maybe Monster Squad.
Oh, Monster Squad.
I keep forgetting that one.
But even that, I didn't feel like the kids were ever they were in danger, but I didn't, not like Goonies. Like I feel like one of these kids is going to get shot at any moment.
Yeah.
like legitimately, like they were just some bad people. And even in the beginning, I've always said this. I was like, this town is the worst town to raise children in. There's a police chase going on. Everything's like falling through the cracks. Like it seems disturbing to say for sure. But yeah, man, it's like movies like that, like when they just don't seem to live up to Goonies. So is there anything you can think of that stands out? Like I really can't think of it. I'm trying to think of other kids movies that really stand, maybe Little Giants, but that doesn't count for Halloween movies.
That doesn't, I was gonna say.
Yeah. But there's good kid movies, but as far as like that are like Halloween.
Sandlot and Little Giants always come to mind.
Sandlot is one of the greatest.
Sandlot. The Sandlot. Yeah. Sandlot's probably bigger. I don't know. Wow, that'd be a good comparison. That'd be a good popcorn and pints sturdy.
Sandlot versus we did Sandlot recently though.
Oh, did you? Okay, because I would say the Sandlot versus the Goonies. to see which one's better, which one you'd rate higher. But although the Sandlot and Little Giants would be a good double feature as well.
I love Little Giants.
Yeah, that would have been
one of my childhood favorite little Halloween movies that I wish. I don't know if it's because I had a huge crush on Christina Ricci or not, but I loved the Casper movie back in the day.
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to say
I
haven't seen those in years. And I liked, what was
Ghosts.
It? 3, right?
I don't know. I only know the first one.
No, Casper. Well, is there 3? No way. There's not.
Well, there was some that went directly to the movie. They were more direct to video.
Oh shit, he's not wrong. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah, no, that's They didn't show up in theaters. They were direct to video type thing. It wasn't really like the Casper. The original was in the theaters.
Casper.
I remember the first 2.
Beginning.
The last 3, I have no clue.
Casper Meets Wendy, then Casper's Haunted Christmas, and Casper's Scare School.
Casper: A Spirited Beginning. Is that his murder? Is that what we're trying to figure out?
An origin story might have been.
You know what?
Well, let me tell you, Wize. When a ghost has an origin story, it's not going to be pretty. That's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing Casper as one of the ghosts in 13 Ghosts. Let me out of here, man. Let me out.
I really enjoyed that movie, 13 Ghosts. I went to see it in the theaters.
I watched it earlier. It was on AMC. I this time of year, AMC just plays.
Number horror movies, yeah.
But I just leave it on. I just so I can walk out of the room and walk in. And the cool part about it is my kids are old enough. It's at a point where they don't show, they cut a good amount. Mm-hmm. So like I don't really have to worry. Like if it's something really bad, if they play Saw, I'm not going to leave it playing. These kids are going to lose their minds. But like right now it's Halloween H2O. It's just playing and I'm just sitting here.
There you go.
But I just never turned it off. It's just been playing all day because like earlier was The Thing, and I'm never going to try and miss watching The Thing. I love that movie.
What do you think about Beetlejuice 2?
I'm excited for it.
I think it's going to be like Hocus Pocus 2. I think it's going to be a cash grab. I'm tired of reboot sequels.
But you did just say Hocus Pocus 2 was better than the first one to you. So perhaps.
Yeah. No, and it probably no, don't bullshit me. Don't even fucking finish that statement. There's no way I'm going to say that Beetlejuice 2, I don't care who's going to be in it, is better than the first one. No. That's another one of those like special movies that just goes down forever.
As long as it's not like Coming to America 2. As long as it doesn't fall victim.
Please no.
You know, I've never watched that. I've never
You're good.
It was rough.
It's just to me, it can't top the original to me. The original was just great.
I think I gave it a favorable review when I first watched it, and I watched it like 2 more times after that, and I was like, this just isn't good. I just wish they left the son out of it and made it about the daughter. You know, like if you want to get married, you have to find yourself. If you want to become queen, you have to find yourself a king. So she goes out to do something similar to what her father did. It's a whole different world, wakes her up, but she realizes, I don't want to or make her gay. She doesn't want a king. She wants another queen. Like, and that just adds that conflict that would bring her dad 2 queens to try and search her out and show her the ropes. You're a fish out of water here. You don't know. I've been here. But now he's 30, 40 years out of it, and he doesn't know what the hell is going on in today's world. And I don't know. I felt like if you took that element rather than just shoehorn in a son, I don't know. It just didn't work for me personally, but I don't know. I feel like with the crickets on that one, I was like, your story is stupid. Stay away.
No, I'm processing. I'm just thinking and playing the scenario because I'm like, man, it's like really tough nowadays to do the whole dating game thing because everything's on a fucking app.
That would be even funnier. Like he's trying to figure out dating on the app for with his daughter because like they don't need those things. That those are not necessities in their world. So, and that's what made the first one so wonderful. Everything that was there, they never knew it just because they were so well trained, like the whole family and and Arsenio too, who wasn't family but friend. Like they were so well trained in everything they do. They're so well educated, but they go into this world that's just like, I don't understand any of this because I don't have any necessity for anything you guys live.
Yeah.
Like it's just it was so God, that movie was perfect. That first movie is just perfect.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
Now I think about it, I'd love to ask you guys, what's Eddie Murphy's most perfect film?
Tough one. You got so many though, man. He's got so many.
Yeah, so freaking.
Like one of my favorites is Boomerang.
That's a good one.
Great.
I'm
a Beverly Hills Cop guy.
Yeah,
I was gonna say I love the first one. I love it.
I'm in the minority. I love 3 in the fucking theme park.
2. No,
I said I was in the minority.
He was so mad at John Landis for that. I get it though. I do watch it. I like it. It's a guilty pleasure for me personally. But like, all right, here's the fucked up part, and it fits within your show tonight, Sturdy. I think most 3 movies are good.
Okay.
I think if you go through and you think about the third in any series, most of 3 is fixing upon what the problems were with 2.
It's hilarious because earlier today I was in the kitchen grabbing some water, and I was like, as I keep watching these, the Fridays and the Nightmare on Elm Streets, I really start to see how they start to try to fix certain things and plot holes, and they try to tie things together. And it's like, now we have, from this point on, we have 4, 5, 6 other movies to come later that now they get to mold to almost that like perfect line, you know what I mean? So I literally understand what that. It's crazy that I had that same notion earlier today. It's fucking dope.
Well, even the idea of a sequel though, early on in like the late 70s, early 80s, like that didn't exist. Like you had sequels, don't get me wrong, but they were never truly like connected somewhere. And of course there's always exceptions to the rule. Anybody's listening or watching, that maybe I'm not thinking of at the moment, but for the most part, sequels really got ushered in because of horror, like to the overabundance franchise portion of it. Like, oh, we can make this many movies and make a ton of money. Yeah, absolutely. Because even like a lot of those movies that had like 2s and 3s that weren't, they were like action movies or whatever else. After the horror movies were doing well, that's when you started seeing like Beverly Hills Cop 2 and Another 48 Hours. Those were like 6 years apart. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 came out 15 years after the original.
Yeah, and now people are kind of, I think, molded to the notion of the Marvel kind of standard of making sure you're thinking forward ahead enough so that you can have certain substance to keep going. So now they're really making sure that lines add up, characters kind of have certain play off each other or whatnot, or at least room to be able to be a sequel, not just writing something to be the end all and then waiting for a reception of it at the box office or in people's minds to then be like, okay, the studio's gonna give us more money, we gotta figure out a sequel now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That can shoot yourself in the foot though, because like if you don't have, like back in the day before sequels were really like becoming so demanding where we can make more money, I really truly think just based off of my own observations, like everybody's speculation or whatever, but I really truly think that a lot of those sequels in the beginning never knew to tie anything in because they never knew they were going to get one, or whereas now once it became more in demand, I think people started planning like you said. But I think what Marvel's doing, they're kind of screwing themselves in this newest phase, is they're over planning and they're kind of locking themselves into things that earlier on in the first phase or the second phase, like you could kind of wiggle out of, and walk away from it. Nobody was like, okay, like Terrence Howard no longer being War Machine. And Don Cheadle stepping in. Like, now that's a casting, but like there are story things that happen too that like kind of get changed up, like Spider-Man and all that stuff being added because they didn't know at first. But like I think that's what these franchises and why we're getting franchise fatigues are doing. They're planning too much, too far in advance, and you stifle writing and creative process that way.
It's funny, right? They say, hey, control what you control in life, right? You can't plan too far ahead because life is going to life. It's just going to happen no matter what your plan is. And everybody has a plan until you're punched in the face, right? Until you're punched in the mouth, like Mike Tyson said. So if you are trying to plan stuff that far ahead, you can run into that issue. But as of today, I was watching for Sturdy's podcast, Friday the 13th, part 3, Nightmare on Elm Street part 3, and then I said screw it, I went to part 4s for both of them, and now I'm ready to go for Thursday. But I did see how both those directors and writers, you can tell where Wes Craven really did have a lot of stuff kind of in mind already, and given the opportunity now to flesh out certain things. And then Sam Cunningham, or is it Cunningham for
Sean Cunningham?
Sean Cunningham. You can tell because every single one starts where the other one ends and has some type of a loop back at some point to something that happened either in the one previous or the one prior to that one, that now you can tell, okay, So not for nothing, they may not have been prepared, but in their mind's eye, they kind of already had a vision and kind of knew what they kind of wanted to do. And now they were given the opportunity. So they said, let's do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's a great point. And one thing I like about that is, so like Sean Cunningham, yeah, he had the foresight to just be like, and I maintain that he had the foresight to do this because he wasn't as talented of a filmmaker, because he wasn't a writer. He's a director, and he really was more of a producer than he was a director. But when he stepped in, I think that was like the easiest way to connect everything.
Okay.
And, just like, let's pick it up like the next day or whatever, or figure out. Whereas like somebody like John Carpenter, who wanted to tell different stories and didn't want to be like bogged down, like he told him, he's like, do not do the second one. I know Friday the 13th did well. He's like, make this an anthology, which is what we talked about in the beginning, and it will be good. It will be fine. We just get rid of Michael Myers, and then we don't set that precedent. If 2 didn't exist, everybody would have loved 3, because it was just such a different movie. And if that precedent had been set, and going forward with like Sean Cunningham, like, yeah, he made I argue that Friday the 13th is one of the best put together franchises because it's simple. You can add a lot of layers, you can put a lot of legacy to it, but it's simple. There's not too crazy. Jason's going to kill people. That's it. Even the 5th one, somebody dressed up like Jason's going to kill somebody. Whereas like Wes Craven and what happened with like Freddy, he wanted Freddy dead. He hated that ending where she gets pulled through the window. He wanted him gone. That was it. Done, dead. We told the story. Let's move on. Robert Shea, who owns New Line, stepped in and was like, nah, man, Freddy's going to make us a ton of money and we got to keep him going. And so that's why they had a big fight when Wes Craven left. But when he came back to the 3rd one, that was him stepping in with the story. He wanted Heather Langenkamp's Nancy, to be back. He didn't want him taking Freddy and all this big journey. He wanted a proper ending for her if they're going to keep going with Freddy. And that's why she only appears in the Wes Craven movies.
Mm-hmm. I like the New Nightmares.
Yeah. She comes back for New Nightmare, and even that, he was like, we're going meta, and she's going to play herself, and this is how we're going to do it. And that's why I respect about him. He stuck to his guns. John Carpenter, the Sean Cunninghams, like I respect them as producers because like that's the goal: make franchise, make money. And he did that before when a lot of people weren't doing that. So like I give him a lot of credit and being able to see that and kind of go with it. But I'll tell you, when it comes to as we're talking about like everybody and how they're picking up and like he was fixing it and maybe trying to breathe new life into this franchise that changed so much in that second one. It's the third that everyone's going to try and fix the third one, because if the second one is critically not good, you are going to try and fix that second one. And even like take Star Trek movies as an example. That first one was exactly what everybody in the Star Trek fandom did not want. So that's why we got the second one. It's like we want more Star Trek and Star Wars combined. So like that's why we got Wrath of Khan, which arguably the best version of the movie,
and killed it.
And that's why the third one sucks in my opinion.
I
like it personally, but it has a lot of problems. It goes a lot of different directions it shouldn't. But thinking about it from that perspective, you have all of these these people who come back and they do it, and then they make that second one so great, and then they're coming back for the third one, but they've already shoehorned him. They killed Spock, they did all this stuff, like, and now they're just like, okay, well, let's bring him back, let's go search for Spock. And it's like you kind of went all over the place with it. You should have just kept them alive, but that's how you kind of shoot yourself in the foot when you're course correcting. I know Sturdy's got a show at 8, and most of us are all on it. Wize, you just met Sturdy, that's why. But we are gonna switch up a bit. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this. I was going to talk about the Face of Horror debate.
Let's go.
Get into it quick. So how many of you guys know about Face of Horror out there and what's going on with them? I think Sturdy, were you part of it last year?
No. I think I was going to, and then when I heard the rumors and stuff of it being fake, at the one point I was just like, all right, I'm just not even going to mess with it, and just stayed away from it.
So my biggest argument with it, and I'm going to ask you guys too what you guys think about it, but like I know crunch for time, so my biggest argument with this is all I kept hearing last year was fake because you have to buy votes. But I knew early on you didn't have to just buy votes. If there's a free option, it's not a scam. If there's no free option, it's a scam. You have to enter your credit card in anywhere. And now a lot of people are pissed because it's either, if you want the free vote version, you have to enter a credit card, or you can do it through Facebook. I get it. You're going to follow the page. That's what they want. They want it put out. So like it's all the same shit that everyone does when they're putting their shows out there, doing this, doing that. And what really ticked me off last year, because like I was trying to tell people, I'm like, you guys are bluntly calling this a scam without any evidence or knowing. And so I started digging, and I'm like, is this? And then, of course, it's the first year, so you're not going to know until there's a winner, if this is an actual scam or not.
That's true.
Now, from everything that I've looked at and I've read, and I've watched a lot of videos, I've read a lot of stuff, there's no argument. From what I understand and everything I looked at, and I looked in depth, she won, and I'm not going to put her name out on the show like this, but the winner from last year, she won, and there was no issue. There was no argument. There was no saying. I don't think she overly broadcast that she won because everybody's calling it a scam, so I don't blame her. But that's speculation. But she won, and I didn't hear any argument about like I didn't get what I was owed or this, that, and the other. No posts or anything. So stepping into it and listening to people bitch and moan, because I was in it this year, I'm like, what is this about? What is going on here? Because I remember last year everybody was bitching that you have to buy votes. That's what it was reading the headline and running with it. And I was just, and I kept telling them, I was like, no, there's a free version. If you have Facebook, there's a free version. It's not a big deal. And everyone's like, no, it's a scam. It's a scam. Well, what's your proof? That's just a scam. You have to buy votes. Well, you don't have to buy votes. You can do it for free once a day, every day. Yeah, it's a scam though. You got to buy votes. They want money, and they're not even giving it to charity. How do you know they're not giving it? And then like these questions just keep coming up, and there's no answer. I have not gotten any answers. There's never been a shred of proof given. I have not seen anything. Now, if I'm missing something, please send it to me. And anybody watching, please send it to me. But better have proof on it, because if there's no proof that says this is a scam, the winner says it's a scam, or people know for a fact and can hold up solid proof, shut the fuck up. Who cares? Like, this is, what are we canceling here? Because you're losers? And I'm not losers in life, but
no, yeah.
You lost the contest, so you're crying about it? Yes, I got into this thinking, like, I'm not a face of horror. I have a horrible face, but I'm not a face of horror. But I'm going to just jump in and have some fun with it, because it seems like everyone who was ignorant to the scam talk last year had a good time with it. They didn't bitch, they didn't moan, they just shared their stuff out. And now everybody's again bitching about it. And I asked everybody who bitched to me about it, I was like, are you in it this year? No, it's a scam. Then shut up and let me have fun.
Right.
I heard you. I saw all of your posts last year. I saw all of your posts this year when they came back. Because I have never met a con man in my life who's so good that when you say, and the entire internet collectively of losers who are mad that they didn't win, now I'm calling them are mad that they didn't win, are bitching that it's a scam. And it's just like there's YouTube video after YouTube video about how it's a scam. And they talk to all the contestants and they know how it's a scam, but there's no evidence to just say how it's a scam. All of this shit that I've seen, and not one. And this guy brings it back. Right. He doesn't rebrand it and call it something else. Like, if he brings it back for exactly what it is, and Kane Hodder comes back, you don't think Kane Hodder heard that it was a scam?
Right.
Yes. I hate to break it to you all out there who are watching and listening, and whoever joined up and thinks it's a scam. And I want to hear what these gentlemen have to say. So I'm going to go to that. But I just want to say one thing to you guys. Let it go. You lost. You didn't get the votes. You didn't have enough money to buy the votes. It is what it is. I will tell you this year, I did see that you cannot buy your own votes, because my wife tried to buy the votes with my card and it denied her. And I was like, So you cannot buy the votes. I'm sure there's some way around that. There's always some way around that shit, but you cannot. You can vote for free. I can show you where you can vote for free, and it's one daily vote a day, and it's fine. Stop complaining and just accept the fact that you are not the face of horror. Just like I'm not going to be the face of horror. Gentlemen, as we wind down, I'd love to know what your thoughts on this are. Or if you have any.
I don't really have much. Like I said, after I seen that or whatever, I didn't do any digging or investigating, and then I just forgot about it till it popped up again this year. And I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, do they claim to donate it to charity or anything?
Yeah, they have a charity on there. It says this all goes to this charity. Okay. I don't have the name of it right off the bat, but I can pull it up right now.
Somebody could have easily contacted that charity and be like, hey, were you a part of this? Did you actually get what you were owed, or what they promised you of the winnings of the collection? That's one real simple way. You know what I mean? I know people can still fake emails and all that other shit, but either I'm sure there'd be somebody who's now just in spite, just to prove their point and make themselves feel right, would do some shit like that and just be like, look, I've generated an email from them that says they never received their payment. Which again, and we're coming to, and this is the problem with where we're at right now with AI and video and all this stuff, is like, even Elon Musk has said it several times. We're heading towards an age and an era where we're not even going to know if we can believe our own eyes anymore, because of how good these fake videos are becoming, and these songs and all these other things that are being generated by AI. So guess what? It's only going to get worse from this point on out. But yet you're going to be following another video and you're going to be wholeheartedly spreading some disinformation because you can't fact check that shit. Good luck.
Well, I mean, even if you have somebody out there who aren't, I don't know, even if you have somebody out there who isn't giving all their charity money, unlike Cats for a Cause, which we do, giving all their charity money to the planned charity, it's still like many, if not all, charities do that. You know, all your big charities keep a percentage in a nonprofit, but they still have to pay people who work for it. They still have to do this, that, and the other. I don't know what the face of horror office looks like.
Right.
It seems pretty well put together. You know, I'm not saying it might be 2 or 3 people.
People still donate to the Salvation Army.
That's true. And I mean, even now, just typing it, and again, I'm not going to say her name on there, but like even now, I typed in her name and Face of Horror, the winner from last year, and like news articles are popping up. Do you think they didn't do their research?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but
the Faces of Horror thing.
Yeah,
it's yeah, I'll pull it up so you guys can see it. And then I'm going to switch gears to the final segment because I know, Sturdy, you got a show at 8, and I don't want to keep you.
Yeah, I got to go set up in a minute.
So this is, and even Kane Hunter doing videos for it, you know, like, you know, this is the Face of Horror. You might have seen a bunch of it out on Facebook and whatnot, but, you know,
so it's a contest.
Yeah, it's just a contest. People vote for you. You ask people to vote for you. They can do a free vote daily on through Facebook, or they can use their credit card just to vote for free, is what they say.
Right.
Or you can buy votes and all the proceeds. Well, I don't know the certain percentage, so I don't want to say all the proceeds, but proceeds will go to their charity that they've chosen, which is, I want to stop to look at the name of it. Oh, it's the Andrew McDonough B Plus Foundation. And it is proud to support the B Plus Foundation to aid their mission to provide financial assistance to families, fund childhood cancer research, bring awareness to the fight against childhood cancer. And that's where it comes in, and that's where I'm going to kind of end this. Most people, and not putting this down, I'm not trying to be, you know, put society down as a whole, but individually, most people, when they lose something, don't give a shit about charity. They're just self-absorbed in that loss or whatever's going on, or the fact that they may not get something they want. And then collectively, when you're on social media and some of those people are saying this is a scam because I'm not going to win, there's your problem. That's true. What it turns out to. So
that's in real life too.
That's true.
Shout out to the government.
As close as social media has made us, it has also torn us apart. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to end the show with you guys tonight. I'm going to say goodnight to you guys, and then I'm going to do my mixed movie picks, but I will see everyone very soon. Wize, thank you so much for jumping on with me tonight. I really, truly appreciate it, brother. I love having you on.
Man, I love coming on and talk. Since my podcast has nothing to do with movies or any of that stuff, whenever I get the chance to talk movies, I love it. So,
well real quick, then, are you a huge horror fan?
Yeah,
perfect. And then I got 2. We have my Horror Search 30 show, and then me and Worst Damn and 2 other gentlemen, Popcorn and Pints. We do non-horror movie reviews every Saturday, 2 movies. So I'm gonna get you on for those, man. I'll get your information from Mr. Manhattan. And I'm sure you two. Where are you guys from again? You said Brooklyn.
You don't know. You don't know.
I'm from Brooklyn, but I live in Pennsylvania now.
I'm asking that because I know how you New Yorkers and you city New Yorkers.
Right, so it's different. You gotta understand something. Like, all right, you gotta understand the difference between a Brooklynite and a New Yorker. Because when you ask us where we're from, we don't say New York. We say we're from Brooklyn, regardless. Whatever you say, when you ask us where we're from, we don't say we're from New York. It goes, we're from Brooklyn. And so that's the difference. That's like when you say New Yorkers, like we're Brooklynites. We're different.
Yeah. And
I got to see these 2 on a show, Mick, together. You're right.
It's going to be amazing.
We'll make it happen.
I love it. But so yes, check out the Stuck in My Mind podcast with Wize, who's hosting. He's fantastic. If you're listening, it's linked already, but if you're watching live, it's not linked yet. It will be, though. Horror Search 30 podcast, we're going to be on there tonight talking about Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 and Friday the 13th Part 3, because he's continuing his Freddy vs. Jason franchise rewatch, and we're having a good time with it. Then my buddy Chris here from the Worst Damn Gamer Ever, he puts on great streams, and you are going to have a lot of fun hanging out with him. So go check them out. Go follow everything down below. I want to thank you guys so much for being on tonight, and just thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Well, anytime, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes for the thing. But I'm going to give my Mix movie picks, so stay tuned, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
All right, it goes. Peace. All right, guys. So here it is, my Mix movie picks. That's right. I am super excited about this one. Oh, let me pop that up there so you see it. Mix movie picks, everybody. I'm back again with another episode. So thank you so much, whether you're watching this on the Scene Snobs, listen to us on the podcast, or you are watching this as a clip. Go check out the full show. It's fantastic. All right, everybody, let's get into it. So last week, my pick was from 1977, and that was Orca. Here we go. Orca. It's a good movie. Go check it out. It's a Jaws ripoff. It's weird. It's crazy. It goes all over the place. I did enjoy it though. But this week's pick is from the year 2002, and it actually wasn't voted on. It was written in, and it was written in with a furious fervor. And I went with it, and I ran with that one. And the person who wrote it in is probably not going to like my choice, but I'm going with it, and I'm standing by this one. This was a Hollywood video find. I saw straight to video sequel to a movie I really liked, John Carpenter movie. So when I saw it, I was like, all right, let me go in. I really like the guy who's starring in the movie. He's one of my favorites, being from Jersey. And that is this week's pick from 2002. That is Vampires Los Muertos, starring John Bon Jovi. That is right. Bon Jovi plays the character, the vampire hunter this time around. He is joined by his team. I think it's a fun movie. It's weird. It's out there. It's not as good as the original. Of course, John Carpenter's a genius, and that was fantastic. But I thought they did a good job. Like it wasn't, all the way out there, but it was a fun little vampire movie with a cool little vampire hunter, and you got to see John Bon Jovi in it. That's my pick for this week. It's from 2002, Vampires Los Muertos. Go check them out. I absolutely enjoyed this movie, and I would love for you guys to check that out as well. But these are the picks for next year. We got 4 years ready to go. You're going to pick on our Discord or over on our Snobs Nation Facebook group. Let me know the year, vote in the comments, and we will pick out a movie from it next year. So it's 1944, 1959, 1989, and 2004. That's right, everybody. Thank you guys so much again. I do want to remind you, this Friday, October 13th, we have Casters for a Cause charity script read of Friday the 13th, and all proceeds, 100% of them, with the exception of whatever GoFundMe fills out, is going to go straight to All for Lunch, which is an organization that wants to end school lunch debt, something we believe in, Sturdy and I. So we went with it, and I cannot wait. So it starts at 7 p.m. We have a great lineup of a cast for it. We have a lot of games, prizes, and there's audience participation in it. So please make sure to check it out. Remember, tonight I continue on with Sir Sturdy's episode. It's his Friday the 13th. Freddy versus Jason, I should say, is really what it comes down to. And let's see if this works. It's not working. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. There we go. So Tuesdays and Thursdays all month long for 9 weeks. Freddy franchise versus Jason franchise. Tonight is part 3. Go check it out. We were doing Nightmare on Elm Street 3, and we were doing Friday the 13th part 3. So thank you guys so much for joining in. I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that little bell so you know when more episodes of Scene Snobs Podcast and more come out. If you are listening to this, please hang out. Please make sure to join up with the Snobs Nation. Hit follow, hit like, rate and review us. It really helps us go a long way, and we truly, truly appreciate it. A few kind words really can help in a big way. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. I can't wait to see you on Friday for our next big live event. But until next time, be kind, stay spooky, and take care. Bye.